Hello, I am Kate with Kate's Paper Creations, and I welcome you to my weekly Casing the Catalog video and blog. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you follow me on my YouTube channel, and I would also love to have you shop with me at my online store. Today I am featuring products from the new mini catalog from Stampin' Up! That will be going live on January 5th of 2021. And I am featuring the Dragonfly Garden stamp set, and actually bundle. It's Dragonfly bundle, garden bundle, and it has this stamp set and this punch that goes with it. I'm trying not to get the glare on there. Hopefully you can see that. In case you don't know, the reason this has a pink cover on the top is because I make my own labels for my stamp sets so that I can make a nice big spine and know what the name of it is and be able to see it from across the room when I look up at what I have on my shelf. And I have decided this year to start making each catalog have a unique color on the spine so that I can tell what catalog each set is from. It just makes it easier for me. When I make these covers, I also put the item number, the price, the page it's found in, what catalog, and whether it coordinates with something else. And if it has a bundle, I put that number and price there as well, so that when I use these at a workshop or whatever, I can just pass this around and people can get the information off of it if they're deciding to buy it. Most of the time, my customers do enjoy buying the products that I feature at my workshops because I make multiple products, multiple projects, and show them the versatility of it, and then they are able to see just what they can accomplish with it, and of course then adding their own creativity. So this is the set I'm going to be using today, and I'm also going to be using the Designer Series papers. And I just quickly will lay some of these out for you so you can kind of see them. They are just absolutely gorgeous, and they are really quite timeless. There's going to be, you can use them for any season, any occasion. There's masculine looking ones, there's feminine ones. They're not all flowers or anything. Let me turn it over, and then there's just some beautiful designs on the backs as well. So gorgeous paper, well worth. I bought the suite, and which included the papers, the stamp sets, the punch, the whole 9 yards. So this is the card we're going to make today. This is a card that was featured in the onstage, online, onstage, offline, online, something like that. Onstage at home. I know I'd get the name right sooner or later. And so we had the kits. We were able, those of us that attended that, were able to get the kits early. And this was one of the cards that we made during the event, and I'm going to share it with you today. So it starts with a piece of Blackberry Bliss. This is 5.5 by 8.5 to make, which we will fold in half and burnish to make an A2 greeting card. That will end up being a top fold card. The first layer is going to be Smoky Slate, and it will be 4 by 5 1/4. So when it's put on the card, it will leave an 1/8 inch border, but we're not going to mount it yet. It's going to become our art piece. Then I cut from the Designer Series paper. It's called Dandy Garden Designer Series paper, and all these products are found on page 24 of the new mini catalog, which many of you should have in your hands. And if you don't have one, if you don't have a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator, contact me. I would be happy to send you a catalog for free, and I would love to have you as a customer. Okay, so I cut 3 2x2 square pieces from various designs in the Designer Series papers, and they're different than the ones that I used on my original. One of them is different, but but basically they're the same. And we're going to attach those, but I'm also going to stamp, where's my Mossy Meadow? There it is. Mossy Meadow ink. I am going to stamp this design from the stamp set with Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm going to stamp it and make sure it gets inked well. I'm going to stamp it somewhat in the middle from left to right, and it's going to stamp off just a little bit. So I'm going to put some paper down here and maybe just a little bit offset. I don't want it perfectly centered, so I'm going to go just slightly offset like that. Okay, and then it's then I'm going to attach these pieces, and they are going to just attach flat to the front of the card. And I'm going to start with this one. It's about 3/8 of an inch from the top and from the one corner. Then I'm going to attach this one, and there's kind of a right side up there, so I'm going to make sure I get that correct. So the orientation is correct on that piece. And I'm going to put it so that it kind of overlaps just a little bit and lets a little bit of that flower show through. And about like that. And it lets a little bit of that background. And then we're going to put this one on there. This is really actually quite simple card. And then I'm going to put this one on there, and it kind of has, I think it has some orientation as well. I'm going to put it this way, and I'm going to come back this way, but not too far. I want it to still, I think I'm going to raise it up so that the margin at the bottom is the same as the margin at the top. So that's pretty close. It's not a perfection kind of thing. You can keep it pretty simple. Then I'm going to bring in the punch and some scrap white. And this punch has two sizes of butterflies, a little tiny one and a bigger one. And I'm going to punch out about 3 of the small ones, like this. And we are going to attach those with mini dimensionals. Get those out of my drawer. There they are. And you can put one right in the middle, and it's small enough that it won't show through. And you could just place your little dragonflies anywhere you want them. Like I say, there's no right or wrong here. You can place your pieces. You could turn the card and go this way and totally change it up with a different direction. We need one going down this way. There we go. Then we're going to use a piece of the linen trim, and it's called braided linen trim, and it's in Mossy Meadow. And you could bring it around like this and tie it in a bow. I have a hard time doing that. So what I have a tendency to do is just cut a piece slightly longer. So like this is 4 1/4. So you'd probably want to cut this piece like 5 1/4. That leaves you 1/2 inch on each side. You could go a little bit longer, because then I am just going to put a little tiny bit of adhesive on here on the back, and I am going to just wrap this around and get it to stick. There we go. And that's too high, so let's move it down a little bit. Sometimes it's hard for me to judge. Let's go here. And I'm just going to do that. And pull it a little bit tight and wrap the other end around like that. And that gets that on there. Now I'm going to attach this with dimensionals to the front of the card. These papers are just so absolutely beautiful. And they make making a card just that much simpler because they are so lovely. You just can't go wrong with them. And I am really glad I got them. I can see myself buying another package before it runs out. And so then this goes on the card front with that 1/8 inch border all the way around, like that. And then we're going to make a bow. And I'm going to just make a bow and attach it. And when I make my bows, I just do it like this. I just make a loop and a loop and get a hold of it. And then I dunk it down through the loop, through the rabbit hole, just like we taught our kids when they were tying their shoes, and trim the ends. And then this is going to go on with just a simple glue dot, mini glue dot. Get those out here. There they are. And to me, this is easier than trying to wrap it around. And I'm not using any more string. I'm actually using maybe less because and there is the card, all finished. Super simple. I did put some Whisper White on the inside because this is dark cardstock and it would be difficult to write on. So I will put a piece of Whisper White on the inside. That's the wrong way. Always something. Here we go. Let's use this piece. Yeah, that's better. That one had a mark on it from something else that I did. And I meant to turn it over and forgot to. So it'll get used for something else. Okay. So I did put that on the inside, and I didn't do anything else, but you do have this little cluster of dragonflies right here in the stamp set, and that might be kind of fun to put a little cluster of dragonflies on the inside. And I'm just going to do them with Memento Black. Just a little cluster of dragonflies on the inside of the card. Just something fun to do. So there it is. There's the card for today. Again, this is from the new mini catalog that goes live on January 5th. You can see the products in your catalog on page 24. And if you don't have a catalog, just message me and we'll see about getting you one. Thanks for stopping by.